Hi, my name is Patricia, and I am a multidisciplinary artist, and I'm also an environmental activist and a poet based in New York. And this is my work featuring 1 installation and 8 drawings. This is the alphabet Arabic installation, and it's inspired by the alphabet. And I first started working with the alphabet when I was teaching a student with dyslexia. So I was trying to figure out how to teach him. And then I was realizing after research that they see the letters in different forms, flipped in all 4 directions, or floating without, the preconceived way of seeing letters. So that really inspired me for this project. So I started flipping letters of the English alphabet, and I realized P, D, Q, and one more, B are the same. So that started a whole journey of exploring world alphabets. And I went to some museums, and I'm American Lebanese. And I realized that not many people know that the Lebanese or the ancient Phoenicians are the people who gave the world the alphabet. So all the alphabets we use today are abstracted form of hieroglyphs that are spread throughout the world by the ancient Phoenicians, who are the modern day Lebanese. So this is the cultural aspect of the work. And also my work is autobiographical. So it's also based on my experience. So when I made this work, I was feeling like going to Qatar and just living there. And I didn't. And then I found Qatar American Institute of Culture, and I applied to the Impart artist grant, and I was able to make this whole collection. So this is the full Arabic alphabet, starting from Alif, Ba, Ta, Sa, and so on. And I repeat each letter infinitely. I also have a background in mathematics, so you can see the preciseness. And I do so to show that alphabets are not just tools, but they're also images that create pattern. And these patterns represent the vibrational sounds of the letters. And so this is a visual representation of sound. And I used gold because, well, we love gold in the Arab world, and because it reminds me of the desert too. So these 2 pieces were inspired by our visit to Qatar via the Impart Artist Grant. So we were taken to a desert, and it was so beautiful being in a desert. And I felt this whole serenity, which I didn't expect. And at night, the sky looked like this navy dark royal blue. And then the desert just looked very golden. So that's where I got inspired to make these. And when I was there, I felt peace. So the word here repeated multiple times is peace, which is the intention I want throughout the Middle East. So it's kind of like a vibrational mantra. And I use repetition because I feel repetition is a transcendental tool. Because in mathematics, let's say when you repeat a dot, you transfer from 0 dimension to 1 dimension. And then when you get a line. And when you repeat a line, you transfer from 1 dimension to 2 dimension because you get a plane if you stack lines next to each other. And then if you stack planes on top of each other, it's like stacking paper on top of each other. So you're already transferring from the 2nd dimension to the 3rd dimension. And so on. If you repeat the images, you get a video, and that's the 4th. And I feel prayer and repetition is transcendental to beyond the 4th dimension and the 5th dimension. So that's why I like repeating things. These 5 pieces, I'll start from here. First, the color is inspired by pearls because Qatar's economy was based on pearling and pearl diving. And the Arabic alphabet has 2 different orders or sequencing formats. One is abjad, and one is hijai. So hijai is based on the way the letters sound. So basically, is when they group the letters based on how they look. So the ones that look similar are grouped together. And abjad is basically based on the ancient alphabets and that grouping. So what I do is I write one sequence. As you can see, these are letters. And then I use the pattern or the other sequence to connect them. So that creates a connection between the past and the present. The Hijai is the present format. The abjad is the ancient format. Sorry, back to front. Abjad is present, Hijai is ancient. So I do the opposite here. And here I just remove the alphabets to have this just pure abstracted form, which is an image representing the connection between the past and the present, which is also what I felt when I went to Qatar, because it was such a futuristic city, but at the same time there was a lot of culture and traditions that were very preserved. So it was a really interesting place to be. This one was actually a mistake. So I was trying to make the order. I started with ha, and then instead of ending in, I don't know, whatever it is, jim or ta, I ended up in za. So it ended up spelling ha, za. And in Arabic, that means luck. So I just left it that way. And then I just made the alphabet pattern on the side. And this is my lucky piece. So that's how this one was created. And for the final one, this one is called From Sea to Stars. I'm interested in nature and how nature creates economy. So I thought it was really mind-baffling that oysters really were able to sustain a society and build a city. Well, not the city that's now, that's from oil, but still that's nature, ancient dinosaurs. But that's why you see all these little droplets of pearl. And so I call this From Sea to Stars. So from the sea, buildings were able to be built, and societies and economies were created. So that's what inspired this piece. And also what I found interesting in Qatar, that although there were rules in the country based on religion, the hotels did not have the same rules. So that was like the hotel situation within a culture of, how do you call it? Religion and proper way of behaving and so on. But like in hotels, there is alcohol, but that's not particular to Islam. So there was this odd experience that I felt also could be represented in the chaos in this one, in comparison to the structure everywhere. And does anyone have questions?
I do, about the mistake. How did you fight through resisting it? I'm a mom of artists, and can't tell you how many times I found stuff in the trash that I thought was beautiful, and they didn't want to deal with it. So how did you move beyond, like, oh my gosh, I made a mistake, and you just left it and then continued on? What did you do? Like, did you have a gut reaction to just scrap it, or you just, you moved through it quickly and just kept going?
You see, when I work, it's very, okay, although this type of work is kind of structured with an intention and for complete, form, I'm also very intuitive when I work. So if I see something like that, it's a message and I listen. So
that's a message.
Yes, I go with it. I don't control it. But with the panels, if I made a mistake, I know I have to fix it because I know that they have to be a certain way. But if the mistake is interesting, I'll keep it as an idea for something else, which is what happened here, because I was initially aiming to make one of these, and this happened.